Well, now let's get to talking about the topic for today, which is flood zones and where to go to check out that. So let me go ahead and screen share here with you, my friends. So where you can go, FEMA has a good site. You can just even Google it, FEMA flood maps, just like that, FEMA space flood space maps. And you'll get taken to this welcome center where it says, are you looking for a flood map? Enter an address, a place, or longitude, latitude coordinates. Now, as I've been playing around with this, I find the longitude and latitude coordinates are hard to get started here with. So what I'm going to do is I have pulled up a listing on my website. And on the website listing, you can go here, for example, and you can see at the top, this is near, it's actually Tiburon is where this one is. But if you typed in Cloudcroft, Otero County, New Mexico, so like Cloudcroft, New Mexico, you type that in the search bar there, and it'll take you to the city. Now here on the FEMA website, you can kind of see the map here. There's a yellow outline of the city of Cloudcroft. But where I actually suggest that you go is there's a little button. Once you pull something up, you do a search for a city, you can go to something that says go to NFHL Viewer, NFHL Viewer. You click on that, and that'll take you to an ArcGIS mapping system, which now I find it easier to type in the GPS coordinates. So here on our website listings, if you scroll down, there's a section that says property details. And on the property details, it'll show the subdivision, city, state, and then we have GPS coordinates. We try and get each corner listed. So right now this is the northwest corner, for example. And so what you would do is you would grab that information right here, which says 32.6290, and then it has the degrees, and then north, and then a comma, 105.6758 degrees west. Northwest is the northwest corner. So if I grab that information and then I paste it here, what you're going to want to do is delete the N and delete the degrees and put a negative sign in front of the 105. So it should look like 32.6290, comma, negative 105.6758. So you got to finesse it just a little bit. And then you hit the magnifying glass. After you do, you get the area. And so here is this particular property. It's right here, right where this search result is. And you can see that right in the immediate area of the property, there's no flooding, but not too far away, there is a flood zone A that is directly southwest of the property. And so it actually goes to the airport. So there's an airport nearby, really close to the property, just a small little regional personal airport that people could fly into. And you'll see the zone A goes across this whole thing. I'm guessing it must be like a seasonal creek or something that can have some information. And on the map, it says Zone A on it. There is a website here that, there you go, that talks about the different flood hazard zone designations and what do they mean. So again, this particular property we have has no flood zone. It's not coded anything, but there is one not too far away. And so what each of those different things mean is the flood zone A, for example, here, it's basically saying that they're determined in some sort of flood insurance study, but they haven't done any hydraulic analysis. There's been no base flood plain elevations or depths, but you do have to buy mandatory flood insurance if you end up building in something that's in a zone A. So you have to be very careful about where you buy property, my friends, which is why we're covering this. We want to make sure that you're empowered with knowing, hey, is my property in a flood zone or not? And this is part of the due diligence that we do on properties. Generally, the zone AE is kind of a more likely flooding than zone A, I would say, based on everything I have read. I'm not a flood expert. And then zone AH is even worse, where average depths are 1 and 3 feet with flooding. So I pulled up another FEMA map here for another one of our properties, just to give you an idea. So here's our property down here. Here's a flood zone. Again, zone A side. This property is a zone X, meaning minimal zoning. You can see there's kind of some seasonal stuff. These ones got coded for whatever reason as being zone A, whereas these branches are not in some sort of runoff. So just be careful about where you buy property. Again, that's a zone A. Here's one that's in Destin, Florida. So you can see there's blue everywhere here, and it's zone AE rather than the zone A we were just looking at. You can see how much, excuse me, how much the flooding is likely to occur. And you can see there's houses here. So it doesn't stop you from building at all. You can live in a flood zone. It just means you have to get a special insurance, which certain places aren't. Like right here, this is not in a flood zone. The reason why I like to pick on Destin here is you have ocean on both sides. So you have beautiful white sand beaches here, but there's water on both sides here. So you're much more likely to get flooded. You can see how blue it is if you look up Destin, Florida on a map. So again, this is just another way to empower you. You can look up a property and again, follow kind of the formatting that I was mentioning. And if you're clicking around, one of the things that I found as I've been clicking around on this map is the flood zone. Like you could see it as you get closer, but as you get farther away, it stops showing it. Also, you might need to click on a different space if you were looking a little further north, and then it'll start loading the data. So just be aware of where you need to click, because it'll stop showing the floodplains after a certain while. So play with this tool, check it out. Let me know if you have any questions about it, or if you have any property that's in a flood zone, or anything where we can tell you.